Meet Gilberta, a Vulpo operator that flies around on her staff, delivering letters to all. But what's the deal with her being a Reconvener? And how the heck is she even flying? Well, I'll give you all those answers and more as I answer the question, who was Gilberta actually? As usual, let's go over what a Reconvener even is. It's more complicated than this, but she's basically a unique individual clone of her original self from the OG Arknights. Meet Angelina, a high school girl from Syracuse, a region heavily inspired by Italy. Her life was completely ordinary. Loving parents, plenty of friends, and a lively personality to match. Angelina always dreamed of leaving her hometown and exploring the world. But tragedy came in what seemed to be such an idyllic time. On just another school day, Angelina was late to her club. Her dad offered to drive her, but she said she was fine. She left in a hurry, and in her rush she bumped into a car. Nothing too unusual, right? Well, that car happened to be fresh back from the wilds, covered in originium dust, and that small scrape she got infected her with erypathy. Now, a bit of a recap. Infection is basically a death sentence on Terra. Unlike in Endfield, where medicine access is plentiful and effective across a civilization band, good medicine is tough to come by in Terra, and those who need it often get exploited through absurd prices or a faulty product. Not to mention the sheer level of discrimination that the infected face in almost every country. Syracuse is no exception. So when Angelina realized what happened, she didn't go back to talk to her parents. She just left without a word, not wanting to be a burden to them. Angelina spent the next few days hiding in an old neighborhood, never going out until nighttime out of fear. It was almost winter and she was freezing, still wearing the same skirt she wore on her last day to school. She was an aimless ghost, just wandering around, deeply depressed. Remember how I said Syracuse is based on Italy? Well, that includes the Mafia as well. And when the Familiae find a vulnerable infected kid, well, that's an easy target. Angelina runs through the streets to escape, utterly terrified. She's chased by multiple men until she loses them, hiding behind a dumpster. While sobbing with no hope at all, she overhears a conversation across the street and looks up. There she sees two people, one hooded figure handing a package to another, and that recipient with a radiant smile. The hooded figure notices Angelina and gets a quick glimpse of the erypathy on her leg. But the Familiae circle back around, searching for her, so the figure hands her a cloak and leads her away. This figure is named Martina, a Lupo messenger that works in the area. Messengers are those who travel great distances between nomadic cities to deliver letters and packages. That's basically the postal service for both Terra and Talos too. Angelina thanks her, but says she has no way of repaying Martina for her help. So, Martina has her help out with her deliveries for the day. The pair go from house to house, delivering to people. And as Angelina saw each recipient smile, she felt her heart warm up a little bit. And delivery after delivery, she felt herself come a little bit closer to those emotions she once knew. After the route was done, Angelina has a heart-to-heart with Martina. She tells her that the past feels like a dream now, that she thought she no longer had a future. But working as a messenger made her feel like she still had something she could do. Martina decides to take her under her wing. She tells Angelina that the Syracusan rainy season is loud and the nights are long, but the rain stops eventually. Angelina travels with Martina for a bit until getting dropped off at Rhodes Island for treatment. A short recap for those who don't know, Rhodes Island is a pharmaceutical company. They champion infected rights, providing the best-in-class medicine to any and all who have erypathy. And this is where Angelina decides to settle down and grow. In exchange for long-term treatment, she decides to become a Rhodes Island operator. Croissant to Penguin Logistics takes her under her wing, teaching Angelina the ropes of being a messenger. You would think Angelina would stick to logistics because of that, but she also volunteered to become a combat operator. She didn't want to have to hide behind everyone else. She wanted to stand tall and help whoever she can. And her specialty arts was perfect for the job. Have you ever wondered why Gilberta can fly? Well, that's because Angelina wields rare tactical anti-gravity arts, making her a reliable support in combat. And she becomes just that, reliable. Years later as an adult, she's a full-fledged catastrophe messenger and skilled combat operator. And she reminisces on this during a minor incident on the Rhodes Island landship. Left in front of her room is a pink package with no name on it. Thinking it was a package she messed up and dropped during her delivery route, Angelina and Croissant retrace their day to find the recipient. Everyone they go to says it isn't theirs, until they get to a restaurant. Angelina asks if a girl they just delivered to was there, but the owner says she just left to rush to her hometown. Turns out, the original letter they gave to the girl informed her that her father was on her deathbed, so she left to see him one last time. This left Angelina lost in thought until they got back to Rhodes Island, where Operator Suzerain asked if Angelina got her present. Yep, turns out the package was Angelina's the whole time. Inside was a scrapbook with collections of photos and drawings of Siracusa, some of which were collected with the help of Suzerain's mom and dad. Angelina chokes up, saying that she hasn't seen these places in so long that she thought she'd never see it again no matter how fast she ran. Angelina thanks Suzerain for the gift and heads back to her room, where she stares at a letter, one that had been left half written for about a year now. And it said, "Dear Mom and Dad, everything is going well over here. I have a really good job, and I'm keeping up with my studies. Yes, I got erypathy, but you don't need to worry. It happened that day on my way to school. I was in a rush to make it to club, and I told Dad I didn't need a ride. If I were just a little more careful, maybe I wouldn't have bumped into that car fresh back from the wilds. None of this is Dad's fault." Angelina closes her eyes. "I'll be ready one day. When I'm finally done with this letter, I'll take it to them myself. That day is gonna be here soon. I know it." Do you remember those manga panels from the start of the video? Well, as a messenger, Angelina has traveled all over Terra for her deliveries. All of this is recorded in a manga called Angelina, Sketches of This Messenger's Journey. It's actually on the official Hypergriff website. Link in the description below. In it are multiple short stories, like how Angelina in Province warned villages in Sargon of an incoming catastrophe, or how she helped Big Bob deliver medicine to the infected, or how she, as a true red-blooded Syracusan, got rage-baited by pineapple on pizza. By the way, Ardelia's original self, Adele, is in this one. For some reason though, she's just straight up eating raw tomatoes. The final short story takes Angelina to a messenger post near Siracusa. She's searching for the trail of Martina, who she hasn't seen since she dropped her off at Rhodes Island. While waiting there, she shows a newbie messenger the ropes, gladly helping her out. But she gets the unfortunate news that the nomadic city that Martina is on is no longer stopping by the messenger post. Rather than feeling down, she decides to chase the moving city instead, using her arts to take the massive leap. But in an unfortunate twist of fate, the two swapped places. Angelina is informed that Martina left in the last stop, and Martina just arrived at the earlier messenger post. Rather than being down, Angelina decides to figure out her next deliveries, when a young woman runs up to her. As it turned out, she was somebody that Angelina once met out on a delivery, where she inspired the woman to become a messenger herself. And back at the messenger post, the clerk tells Martina that Angelina wanted to thank her. Yet teacher and student had the same thought. There's no need for thanks. They are what they are today thanks to their own efforts. All they did was give them a delivery. And that's Angelina's story. We don't really know what happened to her past that, but we do get a bit of a hint from one of the captions on her skin. The outfit worn by Angelina while she was stationed at the second final defense front. The substance of reality slowly flows between her fingers and her tools. We don't know what that battle specifically was, but it shows that she became a very competent combat operator in her later years. Though I have a bit of an interpretation when it comes to Gilberta. In her companion quest, she states that when she woke up on Talos 2, an empty letter appeared with her. Now, I think this is representative of Angelina never being able to finish and send that letter from earlier to her parents. And if that's true, that means her parents never learned that Angelina was okay. Again, that's just one possible interpretation. I could very easily be wrong, so please correct me if I am because the thought makes me really sad. But other than that, Gilberta wakes up as a Reconvener on Talos 2. The current leader of Rhodes Island Warfarin sends her on a mission. All it was? Go see the world. And so she spent the next 2 years roaming around Talos 2, sending well wishes to everyone as a messenger. And the rest, you know well. Okay, that's actually everything when it comes to Gilberta specifically, but there are a couple interesting things that I saw in her operator file that stands out. First, she has a voice line about a mysterious swordmaster. She says that she met a mysterious lady with a unique looking blade that clove a cloud in two. And she gave a letter to Gilberta to give to Chen Changyu when she comes into her own. I have no idea who this could be, but I feel like it's possible that it's a Reconvener of her ancestor Chen from Arknights. After all, she was infected, and wielded Chi Shao. Second, she has another voice line about Warfarin. If you don't know, she's the current leader of Rhodes Island, a long-lived vampire Sarkaz. It was honestly really sad. Gilberta talked about how Warfarin would sometimes remember the wrong birthday or name for her in a panic, aka the name Angelina and her birthday instead of Gilberta's. Gilberta said that after, Warfarin appeared really confused and lost, and that she was brooding alone for a really long time after. I mean, imagine that. Trapped on Talos 2, no way back home to Terra, where the rest of Rhodes Island is, of which she is responsible for. And take that another step further. She's surrounded by people who seem like her dead friends from over 100 years ago, but aren't actually them. And all the founding members of Rhodes Island are gone. I really cannot imagine just how depressed she is. Alright, that's enough of that. That's all I got for you guys today. I'll catch you guys next time with another Reconvener lore video. Peace!